Hello and welcome to this week's episodes of The Calling. Follow your spirit all the way in. I'm your host, Homaya. Join me in this journey of self-awareness, soul frequencies, and spiritual revelations. Let's fly. Hello, beauties. Well, there's a topic that somehow managed to get really to the front page of my teachings in the last, we can say, 2 weeks. And I was inspired to bring this topic to us here in the podcast because I find this topic so common with so many people. I find it almost as, we can say, a cultural disease. I feel that the next period of my life as a teacher, and I don't know how long this period is going to be, but definitely in the next few months, I feel that I'm ready to have a conversation about abundance and to look at abundance as a representation of peace, as a representation of being in your power, in your clarity, in your truth. But I feel that the very fundamental move that we need to move through and to look at this distortion that we are dealing with is looking at how lack consciousness is appearing in our life. Lack consciousness can appear in so many ways. Victim consciousness is a lack consciousness. A lot of unprocessed emotions are in lack consciousness. Low self-esteem, low self-value, low self-respect, self-deprecative behavior and thoughts are rooted in lack consciousness. There's like big confusion that happens once we are not connected to source within us. When we're not connected to source within us, we cannot experience ourselves as an extension of the divine. When we allow society, religion, collective consciousness, other people, our parents, other methods or ideas to be placed between us and the truth, us and source, we limit ourselves and we move into lack consciousness. When we go into believing in the illusion of an external world more than anchoring in the truth and the depth of the knowing of who we are, the truth that exists in our heart, in our soul, we move in and as lack consciousness. This confusion of seeing what exists outside of us more than what exists within us creates the most common cultural expression of lack consciousness, which is competition. There's competition everywhere, and it is so easy to go into competition. There is competition between brothers and sisters within a family. There's competition between generations in the family, mother and daughter, father and child, and the other way around, child with the father and daughter with the mother. Competition with siblings, as I said. There's competition in couples. There's competition with colleagues. There's competition between nations. And we can give it so many different words, so many different names, and it's still going to be competition. Because the root of a competition is there's lack. The root of a competition is a belief system that is saying, well, there's a limited source, There's not enough. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't receive it. I wouldn't achieve it. I wouldn't experience it. I wouldn't get it. Something is lacking. Something is missing, or I am missing. Either I would miss that, or I am missing already because I am incapable. I'm not a match. I do not deserve. The root of competition is either me, or life, or society, or the people around me are lacking. Take a deep breath. Something is missing. It's inadequate. There's not enough. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't have it. This is what you need to sing inside of your system to put yourself in a competition, a strong belief in a limitation, and a very, very deep judgment. Pre-judgment. People sense competition very, very quickly. You look around you, you scan the situation, you scan the people, you scan the state of what there is, and you judge immediately in order to survive, according to the level of consciousness that you have inside of you. Take a deep breath. Take it into your system so we can heal it, transform it, and release it. It is challenging to offer someone to shift from lack consciousness to abundance consciousness, although this is what we all want and we desire it so much. Because the mechanism that exists in your body and in your system is that the competition is safe. In competition, you keep yourself safe. In the frequency of a competition, although that it doesn't feel safe, it actually feels the other way around. It is stressful, it is panicking, it's taking your life force, it is weakening your system, but at least you feel that you're doing something. Now, what will be your way to deal with the competition once you smell it or sense it? There's variety of reaction, and we're going to go there. But I wanted to really land inside of you that to heal competition might feel like you're taking a risk because your mind and your operation system judge everything as a success and failure, as right and wrong. And if you would just look at everything as okay or as right, or you would be able to look at everything as a success, there will be no competition. You will be okay. It is the pre-judgment that there is an option to fail, that there is an option that something will be lacking, that you will miss something, that you wouldn't get it, that activate a competition. Take that in, let it land. That is the gateway to release it. There's a pre-judgment that is indicating that there's not enough, or there's only 3, or there's only 5, or there's only 1. And there is a pre-judgment vision where you see yourself as the one who's lacking. You yourself see yourself as the one who's lacking. The main 2 reaction to competition, and we breathe. This session, by the way, is 1 out of 3 sessions where I want to go deep into healing competition. So in this session, we're just going to explore the sensation, the feeling of competition inside of us so we can become aware of it and choose differently and expand in it. But we're going to have 2 more sessions to really, really liberate ourselves and heal. Honestly, that would be the word. So the 2 main reaction to competition is stress and avoidance. And that reaction shows up in how you lead yourself in a competition. And regardless, if you lead yourself through stress, which means that I'm going to hurry, I'm going to make more, I'm going to take more, I'm going to do more, I will run faster, I need to take care of myself, I need to get that. It doesn't matter if you go to that extreme of stress or you go to avoidance, which is, I'm not participating in this competition. It's not for me. I'm not going to do that. But you indicated it already as a competition, which means that you named it as that, you have seen it as that, you realize that something is threatening you. So whether you choose stress or avoidance, you will still bring both stress and avoidance to everything that you will do in that context. And breathe. What do I mean by that? When someone senses the risk of competition, when someone senses or judge a situation as someone is competing with him or that you need to compete with another, you're going to immediately add stress into your system because you immediately judge yourself as not enough and as there's not enough. And if you ask yourself why the world is full with diseases of inflammation, I would say this is the root. I would say that this is the root of the war. So the stress, a reaction in the body, in their emotional body, in the physical body, in the mental body. I need to stress myself. I would lead myself to stress and I would hide. What I will hide what I have. I will hide what I create. I will hide my talent. I would hide my creativity. I will hide my ideas. I will hide my beauty. I will hide my light. I would hide everything. Why would I hide? Because once it is visible, anyone can copy, anyone can compete, anyone can win over me. So it doesn't matter if you said to yourself energetically, mentally, oh, there's a competition, I'm going to win. You still hold inside of your system some of your wisdom. You still hide your light and your magic, even if you do more, because you still need to protect. You already define the situation as a war zone. You already defined it as a risk. Now, you might say to yourself that you're hiding it from your competitors, that you're hiding it from others, you're hiding it from this specific person, your brother, your sister, your mother, your colleague, your students, some people in the internet. You might say that you're hiding it from them, but you're actually hiding it from yourself. You're hiding it from the world. You're not moving into a state where you feel comfortable to really have the healthy circulation of expression and interiorization that is essential for your connection to yourself and your own evolution. We need, this is part of being a human, it is part of life. We need to go through the process of seeing ourselves from the outside so we will be able to see ourselves deeper from the inside. There is a circulation of exposing ourselves, vocalizing, shining, giving, impacting, contributing in order to refine and to relate and to connect even deeper into what exists within us. It's an inhale and exhale type of life. We don't go into just one direction. It's a symphony of communication. It's a symphony of creation. We might hide our light because we don't want others to see it, but we're hiding it from ourselves because we don't give ourselves the opportunity and the possibility to expose who we are and what we are, and to experiment ourselves and our creation in a larger context. Now, of course, some of you might say, oh, but I feel that my competition is I'm just scrolling on Instagram or on social media or whatever, and I'm just seeing all those beautiful, well, you say to yourself that you're seeing all the beautiful ladies or all the successful men, but you're just seeing those images that are running in front of you. And this is what prevents you, what holds you. And this is the level of limitation that you take on yourself. In the image of something, you already hold yourself back. And this is to know that this is the level of you avoiding your light, you avoiding shining your light and giving your light, hiding yourself. It doesn't matter if you write poetry and create music, or a shoemaker and you have a new design and you hide this design from the person next to you, or you just hide behind the screen, or you just hide in your environment. It's still a perception of a competition, an unsafe experience to be. So as we breathe into that, into this realization, I want us to say clearly that competition and lack consciousness is actually a form of control that we accepted. We accepted to put a locker and close ourselves. We took a limitation that control our light. How ridiculous it is. How can we come to terms with something like that once we see it so clearly? We accepted the concept of judgment and comparison and competition. We swallow it. We got lost in the visual. We forgot about what exists within us. We gave our light in the price of seeing other people light, instead of having the awareness that all of it exists simultaneously and it is needed. It is designed to exist like that. And instead, we decided to control ourselves through limitation, control creation through limitation, control our light, our joy, our success through limiting belief and believing in luck. Next time that you see yourself believing or thinking that someone is competing with you or you are competing with someone, I call you and I invite you to open up into what else is possible here. What else is possible? Can I put away my limited vision that is able to perceive only an immediate gratification, an immediate result, a concrete current experience, and breathe into the truth of what exists and expand into what really matters, expand into the abundance of everything? Can I put aside the interest to judge something as negative and as lacking, and instead look at it also as abundance? Can I say that the summer is abundant, the same that the winter is abundant, even if I don't see the fruits and I don't see the green leaves? Can I accept that the seen and the unseen are prosperous at the same potency? Can I open up to the idea that if I'm not getting what I see in front of me, and I'm not getting this lead, I'm not getting this contract, I'm not getting this book, I'm not getting that creation, this attention, this love, this option, and because my frequency is actually matching something bigger and wider than this, and can I open up to it without making other people smaller or wrong? Can I rest into the abundance of what there is, and instead of limiting myself, ask deeper, what else is possible for me? What else is possible here? I'm looking forward to read your comments and to have an interaction with you around this. And I want to share with you, as I said, there are 2 beautiful classes coming this month of April, May. The first one is magnetic, and we're going to open up to high level of receivership, effortless receivership, and abundance as a birthright. And immediately afterwards, there's fortune, a new program. Feel the frequency, feel into it. I'd love to see you there. You will find all the information in the show notes. You already feel. Thank you. Thank you for listening and being part of this great conversation. You will find all the relevant links in the show notes, as well as a link to a meditation for you to feel more connected to your spirit and aligned with your soul contract. Please, if this episode touched you, leave a review, like, and subscribe. Feel comfortable to share it with your friends, family, and colleagues, because everyone has a calling.